The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron was recommended to me twice. And the first time I was just like, oh, that sounds like an interesting read. The second time I was like, okay, let me actually look into this book. So I did actually hear that Doechii swears by this book. It helped her kind of really tap into her creative self and bring out that inner creative so that she had a better idea of like the route she wanted to take and more purpose driven. Like it helps you figure out your purpose and really tap back into that creative world that we all once lived in when we were kids. I love the fact that Julia understands that when we're children, we're so creative, we're so ambitious. There's no dream too big. We want to be astronauts and doctors and lawyers and cure cancer and save the world and save all the animals, all the things. And then we start living life. Then we start paying bills. Then we start getting in relationships that drain us of our creativity. And we kind of lose that inner creative. And as a creative myself, I don't want to lose that. I feel like if I'm able to grasp it and really harness it and channel it in the right way, I can make it a profession for myself, and that gets me going. Like that makes me excited. So I was actually getting my hair done. We're having a really good conversation just about the creative process and marketing and all the things. I've been in the marketing world since I graduated college, so I was just kind of giving him some tips and tricks, and he was like, I really think you would benefit from reading The Artist's Way. It's like an $8 book on Amazon, and you need to read it. So I just kind of put it in my back pocket, and then I started seeing all these TikToks and videos about how Doechii was just obsessed with the book. She recommends it to like everybody, and I was like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Then I saw J. Cole talking about it and how he used it, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and read the book. So I didn't actually buy the hard copy. I will, but to get started, I actually just started it on Spotify. So you can, if you have Spotify Premium, you can just get The Artist's Way that way and listen to the audiobooks and, you know, do the process. So it is like a course. There's assignments, there's supposed to be breakthroughs, there's supposed to be daily things you do, weekly things you do. And so you have to really commit to the process, and I committed to the process. I want to experience that change. I want to see what it feels like. And so I committed to the process, and this is my 1 week recap, which I will be doing 12 of these just to kind of document my journey going through the process. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. So the daily thing that you have to do is the morning pages. Girl, listen. Journaling is tough. If you haven't already got journaling programmed into your life in some capacity, this is going to be the biggest jump for you. But I highly suggest that you do it. It sounds frivolous. It sounds like, do I really need to do that part? Yes, you do. So it's recommended that you get like an actual book to do this, and I have like this manuscripting journal that I already was using, and it has sheets and stuff in here that you can journal with. Oh, it's supposed to be 3 pages of, what is it, like conscious writing. Did I do morning pages every day this week? No. I missed 1 day. Sue me. It's a commitment. I now see the benefit of it though, and I see what it does for me. So I will be taking it more serious and doing the morning pages for real every single day for week 2. But I did 5 out of the 7 days for my morning pages, and I don't really have a good reason why. I know the 2 mornings that I missed, I was rushing, but that's no excuse. If I want the full experience, I'm gonna have to really commit, and so I'm taking accountability, and next week I'm gonna do better. So the weekly thing is an artist date, which, sign me up. I'm trying to do a couple of them a week. Okay, you only have to really do 1. And an artist date is essentially where you can literally do anything. You have to go by yourself. so you can like lock in, tap in with yourself, and you have to just do something creative. So in the book, she suggests like going to the Dollar Tree and getting arts and crafts and stickers, or going to a museum, going to a concert, going to something that's creative that will make you feel creative. You take yourself out on a date and you do that. Ironically enough, before I started this book, I actually started going to like 5-star restaurants to edit my YouTube videos, just changing up the scenery, taking myself on basically like a creator date. And so I thought it was pretty funny that now I start this book and I have to take myself on an artist date every freaking week. I love it. So the artist date that I did was I got coloring books, and I will show you guys later, but I got coloring books and I went to the beach and I colored. I love coloring. I'm one of those girls where everything needs to be in the lines. We're coloring in the lines, okay? And I'm a color pencil girly. I'm not really like a crayon or a marker or a paint girly. I love color pencils. So I got coloring books and color pencils, and I went to the beach and I colored, and I can't remember the last time I colored. Like, the last time I colored, I had to have been a child. Like, that's how long ago it was. And I think that's the point of these dates. And it felt amazing just to use my free will to go to the beach and color and mind my business. It was so good. So I'll share the coloring book with you guys, but she does want you to keep the artist dates like intimate and personal to yourself. So that's why I'm not sharing it right now, but I will show you guys maybe like after week 12, I complete the coloring books or something. I'll show you guys. My next artist date, I already have it scheduled, girl. I told you I might be doing a couple of these a week, okay? So get into it. My next one is going to be an open mic night. I will not be on the mic. Calm down. Calm down. Don't get excited. I'm not going to be on the mic, but I do like going to those. I love spoken word poetry. I love music. I love all the things. And so there's a open mic night that's going to be hosted by Maker's Gym, this creative studio. So I will probably vlog that if you guys want to come along on that date. I'm going to go by myself, but I don't see the problem with documenting it or vlogging it and just taking y'all with me. So if y'all want to see that, make sure you comment below that y'all want to come with me on my artist date, and we just won't tell Julia, okay? We just won't tell Julia. What's one date where I take a friend? Okay, girl. Anyway, so that was the artist date portion. Next, girl. Okay, we're about to get into it. The first parts were fun. The assignments for week 1 were to time travel. One of the time travel was to identify creative monsters from your past that may have stifled your creativity and made you feel self-conscious about what you were creating. The other half of the assignment was to identify creative champions that have encouraged your creativity and pushed you to remain creative. So I'm going to briefly go over these. I don't want to like go into super detail, but I did do them. So creative monsters. I've already cried about this, so I'm not gonna cry here, but I was bullied a lot when I was younger because I was the big dark-skinned girl walking around. So bullies just kind of got to my self-esteem, and that in turn affected my creativity when it came to just doing the things I wanted to do and being creative in that way. So yeah, I would say the bullies were kind of like my first experience with a creative monster, where it was like, what do you mean I can't come with y'all because I look this way? Or what do you mean you don't like this because I did it? Or you don't want to go because I'm there, whatever. So that was that. I've already worked through that trauma in therapy. I suggest everybody be in therapy. So I wish grace and love and compassion to all the people that bullied me. We were kids, nobody knew better. Some of y'all probably still are horrible, but for the most part, I assume that everyone grew up from that. But they were some of my first creative monsters. My second creative monster would have been one of like my first little relationships, my ex. I had shared these photos that I took of I was just like testing out photography with a disposable camera, and so I just showed him pictures that I took, and I don't know, his reaction was just like, you know, why are you showing me this? And it just very much gave no interest. And you know, in that age, when you're younger, you're very impressionable, and the thoughts of other people somewhat matter. And so the fact that he didn't really care and he was uninterested, it kind of just made me feel like, damn, these don't have a wow factor, or like, I'm not even really that good, so why am I doing this? So that was my second creative monster. My third creative monster, which is so sad to say, I would say would be myself. Like, all of the imposter syndrome and just the stifling that I've done over the years is astonishing. Like, girl, get to it. Snap out of it. But yeah, I would say I've been very hard on myself. I used to actually code MySpace pages for people back in the day. And I had a few where they were just like, I don't want it, I want my money back and all this stuff. And so I started to think I wasn't as creative or technically sound as I thought I was. And so yeah, I would say being too hard on myself and yeah, just thinking that I couldn't when I really could made me one of my creative monsters, which I'm no longer a creative monster to myself. I am definitely a creative champion, baby, because I think that I can do it. I think that I got it. Okay, so moving on. Yay, the fun ones. Creative champions. I have so many. Let's be very for real, honey. Let's be very for real. She has some creative champions in her life. Very supported. Very much being rooted on. Okay, don't get it tangled or twitted. But highlighting 3 of them was really, really hard. Especially trying to think back that far, y'all. Your girl is not a spring chicken. I excluded family in this list because it's kind of a given that most of my creative champions are my family. My parents, my brother, my grandma, my aunties, my little cousins. They root for me and they show me so much love with everything that I do that I can't wait till I get on how I see myself in my head to like really show love. I think what's the actor? I think it was like, can't remember the actor, but he got on and he gave like 14 of his most supportive people in his life $1 million, and he paid the taxes on it, honey. So they got $1 million cut and dry. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, my creative champions. I would say one of my first ones is Professor Matt Cabot, and I hope he sees this video. Like, I don't know where he is, what he's doing right now, but I went to San Jose State and I took a PR class, and he's who helped me like fall in love with marketing and communications and creative writing and bringing a vision to light. But yeah, he was just so encouraging. I got like the highest grade ever you could possibly get in his class. A lot of his feedback on my work, a lot of my creative writing, a lot of my copy for my marketing campaigns and some of my ideas and things like that. He was just so encouraging, and that was the first class I took after changing my major from nursing over to PR. And I just knew, I was like, I'm in the right spot. Like, he gassed me up for real, okay? Not even premium, gassed me up. So he was my first, well, not my first, but he's #1 on here. Not my first by any means. Another creative champion is a woman named Karen Bakula. When I got my first internship at 24 Hour Fitness Corporate, I used to work at the actual gym, and then I got an internship when I graduated college, and she, baby, now she was a tough one. She was a tough cookie, honey. She almost was a creative monster for a moment, but she but the way she switched up on me and she made me better. She made me better. She made me so much better. Her feedback, her tough love, definitely. She taught me how to take constructive criticism with more grace, and she really poured a lot into me. She poured into me for real. So I appreciate Karen Bakula. She also gave me a lot of creative control over a lot of things, which I think helps a creative, right? Like, I'm not gonna give you all these restrictions and limitations. Like, I'm gonna give you this project and see what you come up with. I got that through her, and so I appreciate her for that. So hey girl, like, I really hope she sees this too. A lot of these people, I have no idea where they are. So if they see this, I'll be so surprised. Yeah, they impacted my life in a very positive way. My third creative champion, I would say it's a group of people. I had an internship at a public relations agency that was called Charles Zusko and Associates. It was based in San Francisco. I was living my Devil Wears Prada, but they weren't devils. It was more so like I was taking the train, I was walking through the city, I had my bag, I was going to a theater event after my, you know, day at work. It was my senior internship. You know, when you're in college, you have to do an internship your senior year. And I learned so much. I was doing press clippings. I was going to theater shows. I was just able to be exposed to other creative outlets aside from stuff that I was like normally aware of. And so I think that that helped. It helped me see other things and experience other things. And so I would definitely say they were some creative champions. It was so long ago, but I just know Charles Dusko and Associates, you guys were creative champions for me, and I loved my experience, my time at that PR agency. It was chef's kiss. So those are my time travel people and the part of the assignment. The next part of the first week was thinking about if you have 5 lives, if you have 5 other imaginary lives, what would you be doing? This one was kind of tough for me because I don't know. Well, I didn't know. Now I do know. So my 5 imaginary lives would be: 1, I would be a professional athlete. It's given very much track and field, Olympic, Sha'Carri Richardson, yeah. Tink, tink, tink. Or yes. Professional athlete for sure. I don't know exactly what sport. I would say like, oh my God, I just hurt my back. Good God. Oh my God. Okay, clearly I'm not a professional athlete in this life, but I don't know exactly what sport. I would say almost on some like track and field, volleyball type of time. Maybe even a swimmer. I don't know. I love the water. So yeah, professional athlete. My second imaginary life would be a musician, a musical performer. Think Beyonce. Like, duh. What are we really doing here? But I could see myself singing the same songs. You know what I mean? Speaking, we're not gonna talk about Cowboy Carter right now because I'll get off on a whole tangent. Let's stay focused. Number 3, I would be a world-renowned chef. Love cooking, love food, love fine dining. So yeah, I would be a chef. Number 4, I would be a supermodel. Supermodel, like, it's giving very much. I'm talking like runway, fashion week, you know what I mean? Like, I love beauty and fashion and just the female physique. So a supermodel would definitely be on my list. And last but not least, this one was tough because I was really thinking like, what would you want to be in an imaginary life? I want to be a dentist. I love teeth. That was so weird. I'm sorry. Well, I do. I am obsessed with a good smile. So I wouldn't be like a regular general dentist. I would be like a, you know, maybe like veneers, but not veneers that are bad for your teeth. I would be veneers that like top of the line, like Dr. Rose. Is that his name? Dr. Rose on IG? Where I was gonna go before I got this. Before I got these, I was trying to see what I could do, what I needed to shake to go to Dr. Rose, okay? Anyway, so those would be my imaginary lives. And the last part of week 1 was to come up with a list of 10 affirmations and blurts. So affirmations would obviously be like positive self-talk. Blurts would be the negative self-talk that pops up in your head after you say the positive one. So a few of my affirmations: I'm so close to the life that I dream about. The blurt for that was, it took this long, like why would it even happen? Like, you're not as close as you think. My second one is, you're meant for more. And the blurt that I hear when I say that is, go get a regular job. The third one is, be the face of the brand. And the blurt I hear is, are you pretty enough? Are you small enough? Are you fit enough? Are you too big? Like, are you sure you want to be the face of a brand? Because we don't know for sure. My fourth one would be, if you dream it, you can achieve it. And the blurt I hear is, you've been dreaming. Have you been achieving? Like, just questioning shit. Like, girl, why are you questioning yourself? 5 would be, health is wealth. The blurt I hear is like, girl, then you need to lock in for real and stop falling off. And, you know, lock in. And another one is, it's happening for you, not to you. And that one it's like, well, is it though? It feel like it's happening to me. But like, those are like things I say to myself all the time. These are like actual affirmations where I'm allowed to take up space with my art and with my voice. And the blurt that I hear is like, who do you think you are? Like, who wants to hear your voice? Who wants to see your art? Why would you? You're not allowed to take up space, actually. False. Another affirmation is, I am a vessel for divine inspired creativity. And the blurt I hear is, you're just making things up. Like, this isn't real talent. Like, all of this content creation stuff, it's not really talent. Is it really creativity for you to come up with all these videos, film them, be dressed, edit them, get them online, monetize the channel, start making money from it, and not have to work a regular day job? Is that really talent? Is that really creativity? My creativity is not dependent on anyone else's approval. The blurt that I hear is, but if people don't like it, then like, what's the point of you doing it if people aren't liking it? Like, what are we doing here? Are we wasting time? Are we playing around? What are we doing? The 9th one, we're almost to 10, y'all, stay with me, is, I honor my inner artist with time, attention, and love. And the blurt I hear is, you really don't have time for this. Like, you should be doing something way more useful. You need to work on your 401k. You're behind in your career. You should be working somewhere every single day, getting a check. Like, we don't have time to play games. That's the blurt that I hear. And last but not least is, I'm becoming more courageous and creative every single day. And the blurt I hear is, that's not true. You still procrastinate. Like, you're not doing this every single day. You're not getting better every single day because you're a procrastinator. So those are my affirmations and my blurts. And that wraps up my week 1 recap. Oh, there's a couple of questions actually for the recap. Let me answer those real quick. I already did, how many days did I do morning pages? I said 5 out of 7. How did they make me feel? They made me feel really good. They made me feel like I was having a conversation with myself. And it's a different conversation than the ones that you usually have like in your head. When you're writing something down and getting it out of your head and getting it on paper, it's a little bit more significant. It feels more releasing. It felt very releasing, the stuff that I was writing. Oh, another thing for the morning pages, you're not supposed to go back and read them. So you're supposed to write it, leave it, go to the next page, and then I think at the end you go back through and read all of them. Did my artist date, felt great. Did I experience any synchronicity this week? Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. A song that I'm a avid praise and worship. I love gospel music. A song called Rain by Kiera Shepherd popped up on my Spotify, and that song is so, I don't think anything's a coincidence anymore. Like, everything is happening for me, not to me. Everything has a meaning, and that song, I encourage everybody to go listen to it right now. Right now. It spoke to me deeply. It brought me to tears. I'm not gonna hold you. Number 4, were there any issues or discoveries you noticed in yourself this week? Yes. Not completing the morning pages every day made me feel a little like a failure, but it also just reminded me that I need to really lock in. Like, if I say I'm gonna do something, do it, and don't half-ass it. Like, this is for me. This course is for me. It's gonna benefit me, and it can change my life. So I need to really take it seriously. So that made me feel a little bad. Things I discovered about myself is that I've been loved and supported my whole life. It was really hard for me to come up with creative monsters. I really haven't had that many. And so I had to think long and hard about those. And so I love that about my life. What tasks did you complete? What ones were most helpful or surprising? I completed all of the tasks. The most surprising, I would say, with the imaginary lives. It took me a while to think about that. The one that I loved the most was the artist date. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Last but not least, how do you feel about your creative recovery journey so far? I feel like it's gonna work. And that's what we needed, honey. We needed action. We needed motion. And that's what I feel like this creative recovery journey is gonna give me, is motion, honey. Motion. Okay. That's the one word that I would use to say how I feel. I feel like I got motion. I also feel, like I said, supported. I feel love. I feel more creative. Like, I feel like this is on purpose. I feel like I'm not doing this in vain. I don't feel like this is a misstep or a push in the wrong direction. I really feel like I'm supposed to do this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now here today, is also doing this recap. Like, I feel aligned. That's the word, aligned. I'm over here trying to figure out how to freaking describe it. I feel aligned. Period. Pin drop. Anyway, that's week 1. I'll see you guys back for week 2. Like I said, if you guys want to see either a vlog or behind the scenes of my second artist date, which is going to be the open mic night, let me know in the comments. If you guys want to check out this book, I do recommend it. I'm only done with week 1 and I'm already like swearing by it. So I have that link below in my Amazon store if you guys want to check it out. Also, remember, you can get it on Spotify Premium. And last but not least, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. I'll see you guys on week 2. And yeah, stay creative, baby. Stay creative. Also, shout out to Studio 92 for my braids that are still eating down. I love them. And we're doing a ponytail this week. I think next week we might step into a little bun. Who knows? We even like the one-piece back. I think it looks so cute. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys for keeping me creative. This is just the beginning. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.